This is episode number 19 of Fresh and Uncooked. I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeff.
And this is the food podcast to listen to learn about new products and menu items, general food discussion, food reviews, taste tests. And it's part 2 of what, Jeff?
Thanksgiving.
That's right. The best holiday for food. Is it? Yeah. I'm going to say that. The best holiday.
I would say it is. Absolutely.
I started to think barbecue on July 4th. That might be right there, but...
Yeah,
well,
I mean, here's the thing. If you consider the meat that is served on the 4th of July the meat that is served on Thanksgiving, then the 4th of July trumps that.
Big time. All right, agreed. Sides are better for Thanksgiving, and there's usually more of them. But
I mean, are they? Potato salad?
All right.
Pasta salad?
We'll talk about this in July.
Coleslaw?
But first, some food news, Jeff. Pringles says it's got the solution to soggy nachos.
Oh, I bet they do.
7-Eleven one-stop shop for Thanksgiving?
Really? You can't sleep on 7-Eleven.
Oh, boy. And the Consumer Product Safety Commission has a few words, Jeff.
Okay.
We got serious.
Yeah. Whoa.
Time for food news.
Food news.
So Pringles says the days of soggy on the top, bare on the bottom nacho problems are gone.
Really?
New Pringles Scorchin' Wavy Loaded Nachos are coming this November in a limited release and a full release in 2022. Oh. Did you get all that? Scorchin' Wavy Loaded Nachos.
Yeah, they're basically just another... They're more Pringles, right? It's just Pringles.
No, more spicy Pringles. They're scorching lineup, if you will. The new spicy flavor will be the taste of creamy queso, sour cream, and corn tortilla, with jalapeno and cayenne pepper providing the spice. The new flavor joins the existing Pringles Scorchin' lineup that includes spicy takes on classic barbecue, cheddar, and chili and lime flavors. So there you go, new Scorchin' flavor. If you're a fan of Pringles, fan of spice, these might be the chips for you. Will they taste like nachos?
Not even close. So they think that they have a solution for the soggy nachos or whatever? Gravity. There is no solution for gravity.
Soggy on the top, bare on the bottom.
That's mostly gravity.
If you do your nachos right, they're not bare on the bottom.
No.
Just saying. You get that cheese everywhere.
And I must say that I've been spoiled as of late. When I have nachos now, I feel that I need to have pulled pork on them.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's not spoiled, Jeff. That's smart.
Well, if they don't have pulled pork on them, then they're just going in the garbage.
Wow. Man, should we do a nachos episode sometime?
Oh, Chris,
I feel like
think that might have to happen.
Nachos.
Let's do it.
Wow. Put that in the list. But first, Jeff, wanted to know if you would consider going to 7-Eleven for Thanksgiving.
In a pinch, yes.
In a pinch, yes.
Yes.
Well, you could swing by and try the Thanksgiving Turkey Sub. It's now available for a limited time only at participating 7-Eleven stores nationwide. It's shaved butterball turkey, sharp white cheddar cheese, and cranberry mayo.
Wow. I'm very intrigued.
It also introduces 7-Eleven's signature stuffing flavored roll, which incorporates flavors from a vegetable blend and stuffing flavored base.
It's interesting.
So you got your turkey, obviously. You got your stuffing flavor, apparently, and cranberry mayo, which is solid. We'll talk about leftovers later in the show, and cranberry mayo definitely on my leftover day recipe guide. But
interesting.
Cheddar cheese. Interesting that they went with white cheddar cheese on this.
A white cheddar sounds delicious. Just like white American cheese. With both of those, I feel that when you...
Wait a minute.
When you change it. Yeah.
I thought you weren't down with cheddar cheese, man.
I'm not down with cheddar. Oh, I mean, in a pinch, if it's extra sharp, no.
I guess if you're going to 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their bar's set pretty low. And if you're going there for their Thanksgiving turkey sandwich... I want to try it. So I'm sitting here looking up 7-Elevens as we speak because I'm very intrigued.
Well, they do have rewards and an app, Jeff. So I don't know if that's already in your collection or not.
See, there you go.
I don't know if
I'm
they have
going
any
to 7-Eleven.
deals going for the Thanksgiving turkey sub, but it can be found in the cold case for $4.99.
$5? Come on, $5 well spent just to try that out.
$5. Why not? Give it a try. Give it a try.
I'm going to. I just have to find a 7-Eleven near me, and they're not really close at all.
The USA Consumer Product Safety Commission.
That sounds very official, Chris.
Yeah, we're just going to call it the CPSC.
Okay.
They have some new data to share to highlight the importance of taking safety precautions this holiday season. So since this is a food podcast, Jeff, we're going to mention holiday cooking advice that they give.
Okay.
Cooking fires remain the number one cause of residential fires. Did you know that?
I would imagine. I think when we were kids, it was probably smoking.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, now it's just cooking.
Mm-hmm.
The CPSC data show that there are about 360 home fires every year, leading to about 2,400 deaths and nearly 10,400 injuries each year.
Wow.
And an average of 1,700 cooking fires occur on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, my God.
So that's 3 times more than any other day. So
I think what it comes down to is that on that day, everybody's cooking, right?
yeah,
And not everybody knows how to cook.
no,
And there you have it.
yeah. Turkey fryers create particular risks. Since '98, the CPSC is aware of 222 fires or scalding burn incidents involving turkey fryers. And you know what? 83 injuries. I kind of thought that would be a lot higher because those turkey fryers could be pretty dangerous.
Yes, I think every one of those instances was captured and is now on YouTube.
Oh, I know, right? You see them all over. 83 injuries, $9.7 million in property loss.
Oh, goodness.
So be careful. If you're going to fry the turkey, you know, if you've never done it before, make sure you do your research. Make sure it's dry. It's totally, you know, not frozen. I've never done it, so I can't give you any advice, but I know just try to do as much research. And even if you're a pro, if you do it every year, make sure you take the safety steps and just make sure you do it. You never leave cooking food unattended on the stove, and only fry a turkey outside and away from your home. It's a little
I've
consumer product
indulged
safety.
in the fried turkey a couple times, and it's gone off without a hitch. So the big thing is to make sure that turkey is dry.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's your food news. So before we talk Thanksgiving again, I'm going to give some cooking tips. We're going to give some tips on if you're not cooking or you're just being a guest. We'll talk leftovers. Who knows what else will come up during the show. I mean, we've talked about 7-Eleven already. But before that, have you tried anything new, Jeff? Anything new to talk about food-wise?
So, Chris, you mentioned in an earlier episode what Purdue was doing as far as turkey nuggets are concerned.
Oh, that's right. The turkey nugget, the Thanks Nuggets.
Yes.
You found them.
I found them. I did find the Thanks Nuggets, and I bought them. 22 ounces, $7.48 is what I paid for them, which I think might be a little bit much, but whatever. It's a limited run, right? So got to try them when you can.
Inflation.
Yeah. Supply chain issues,
Yeah.
all types of things.
Turkeys. Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I must say that I was a little bit disappointed.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, Jeff, because they're frozen nuggets, whether they're turkey or chicken. Now, they're supposed to be shaped like turkeys and turkey legs or something. How are the shapes?
Yeah, the shapes are
Were
just
they identifiable?
Yeah, they're just weird.
Or did they need
just
a new
weird
mold?
shapes? Yeah, they were just odd shapes.
Okay.
The shapes were no big deal. It wouldn't have mattered what shape they were.
Okay. But the coating, not so great. The turkey, not so great.
No, not quite right.
Yeah.
A little bit less than mediocre,
mushy.
I would say.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'll finish off the bag because I don't let food go to waste.
Sure.
But good thing I had honey mustard from McDonald's left over in a small container that I could use for that. It helped.
You also talked about the hot mustard last episode that you got sent from your wife's cousin.
Right.
You mentioned you had a few, and then you said you didn't try any, and you've had them for like weeks, and you were very disciplined and didn't try. Did you have any hot mustard yet, Jeff?
I did. This past weekend, I tried them.
Yeah.
And the
Finally.
mustard, the mustard, I don't know. I feel that it's not as good as it used to be.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I still have some more packages left. Maybe I need to do another run. Maybe I need to
Yeah. Maybe I need to
something
try
differently.
some for more
Yeah, I'm going to get
scientific
those to you at
reasons.
some point in time. Yeah, I'm going to save two for you.
You think they changed their recipe or something?
I don't know. It seemed a little bit thicker. Maybe it was the travel.
Thicker's fine.
Yeah, I'm usually all about thick, but yeah, it's I don't know.
All right.
I'll try it some more. I'll try some more.
Sure you will.
I just went through two. I just went through two of them, so I still have 6 left. If I give you 2, that leaves me with 4. So I have at least 2 more times in which to try them because, as I said, I only go 20 piece when I get those.
Yeah,
McNuggets.
you get the 20 piece. Did you try with the turkey nuggets, the Thanks nuggets?
No. I'm not wasting those things on that.
Good answer, Jeff. I tried something new.
Did you?
And it's something you make for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I tried the White Castle stuffing.
Yeah, what did you think?
I was actually surprised by how good it was.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is. It's nuts.
It's I kind of did a few tweaks, but whitecastle.com had the recipe. They had it was served like 12 or 10, so I cut it in half, but yeah, no, it was solid. I went out to White Castle a few towns away, got the sliders, no pickle, because you don't need the pickle in there.
Right.
And cut them up. It kind of felt weird cutting up White Castle. It just didn't. It kind of felt culinarily wrong. I don't know. But no, it was great. They kind of just throw everything in the bowl and then throw it in a to mix it and throw it in a pan and bake it. But I thought that would leave the celery that you have to add a little crunchy. So I kind of sauteed the celery up a little bit in some butter and added that. So a little tweaks, but yeah, very, very surprised. And I love stuffing. I like White Castle, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, but I guess I kind of thought it was kind of gimmicky, but it's really good. It's really
right. Good. Yeah, that's what I thought too. And now it's a staple at our Thanksgiving table every year.
That's great. I don't think it'll be replacing the stuffing we do every year, but it was good. I still got to do the Red Lobster recipe with the Cheddar Bay biscuits. Definitely got to try that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that one a lot too, but I don't think that's one that I'd break out for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, you need to try it first. Yeah. Speaking of cooking on Thanksgiving, felt like giving a few tips. Is that okay with you, Jeff? A few cooking tips?
You do it, yeah.
I've cooked Thanksgiving meals probably over the last 15 years, either mostly by myself or as like a sous chef, if you will, for when, if my brother or sister was hosting it. So got a little experience here. So tip number 1, Jeff, if you don't have your turkey out of the freezer by the time you're listening to this, you better get your turkey out of the freezer.
Right.
It's a big bird. This thing's going to stay frozen for a while. Put it in the fridge, let it thaw. Go ahead and open the package if you need to a few days ahead of time if you're a little late, because then you can kind of, take out the inside stuff, because that'll keep it frozen even longer if you got it stuffed with, what do they put in there? Like the gravy packet. And sometimes you might have the neck or, different parts of the gizzards, I guess they're called, right?
Right,
I just toss those things right out. I don't use the gravy packet, the gizzards, or anything in there, but take it all out, put it back in the fridge, cover it up a little bit, and you might save half a day by taking that stuff out. So, but yeah.
So the gravy packet that comes with a turkey, if your turkey comes with it, you just throw that package away. You don't use it?
I don't know. No.
Okay.
We do gravy from scratch. Usually take all the juices that the bird, from roasting the bird, and kind of strain those off and use that. And then if we need to add turkey stock, if we need more, but yeah, I never use that, but you can, if it's, I think it's basically just heat and serve, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
Tip number 2, if you're cooking Thanksgiving dinner, you definitely need a plan. There's a lot to cook.
Oh yeah.
So like, depending on what you're making too, but most likely, a turkey and 4 side dishes, maybe.
At the very least, right?
Yeah, think about it. But then you might have, then I got rolls, or I got an appetizer, or a tray, or, there's a lot to it. So figure it out, like write it down, figure out how long the turkey's going to take, write down a schedule, like literally like 9 a.m. preheat oven, 9:30, start cutting veggies for stuff. You know what I mean? Like get detailed with it. It probably won't time out. It rarely does, but at least kind of like what to do next from start to finish if you start to get a little flustered, because people can get little overwhelmed. There's a lot going on.
Right.
So at least if it's 3:00 and you're supposed to eat an hour ago and everybody's there and it's like, what should I do next? You got it all written down, you know exactly what's going on. So that's tip number 2. You need a plan.
Have you ever been to a Thanksgiving where you eat so late at night that it's just ruined?
And you weren't supposed to eat late kind of a thing?
Right.
Or?
Like, I think you were eating at like 9:00 or something like that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm hopefully I'm in a food coma by 9:00, you know?
But see, that's the cool thing. You normally host and you normally cook and assist with everything. So you're here giving tips because you know exactly what you're doing. Not everybody knows. Once again, Thanksgiving, all the accidents and everything that happens because people are cooking that normally don't cook. Not everyone knows how to cook.
Tip number 3 would be work ahead if you can.
Oh, yeah.
Like we talked about cutting up veggies for stuffing earlier. Like you can cut up the onions and the celery for stuffing, the night before.
Oh, yeah.
Or
measure even
that
a couple
out.
Of days before.
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do and just kind of heat up the day before. So, the more you can work ahead, the better it will be the day of.
Mm-hmm.
So that's tip 3. Work ahead if you can. Tip number 4, Jeff, is just extra butter. Enough said.
What?
You need a lot of butter that day.
Do you?
Stuffing has butter. Turkey, you got to baste the turkey with butter. At least I do. Mashed potatoes, butter. Sweet potatoes, probably got butter. Green beans, probably throwing butter. Corn, butter. You doing dinner rolls, Jeff? What are you serving them with? Butter.
Wow.
Am I wrong? Or is it just my family that goes through lots of butter that day?
Well, since I'm not the one that hosts and I'm not the one who prepares all of the things.
If you're making gravy from scratch, you're making a roux, butter.
Oh, more butter. Wow.
Like I said, I think there's butter in just about everything.
What a gluttonous, just, you have to throw everything out the door.
Sorry I made everybody think about that for a second. Like, ooh, yeah, there is a lot of butter. But
there's a lot of butter that does happen on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, there is.
Although my recipe for the 2 things that I make, that White Castle stuffing, I don't think there's butter involved with that.
There's not, but like I said, I actually cooked celery in some butter to soften it up. So maybe it was the butter that really made it taste good, but...
you have to find a way to implement butter basically into every dish. How about cranberry sauce, Chris?
No butter. No butter and cranberry sauce.
Okay, good. And I make collard greens too. Collard greens are another thing that I make.
Do you? You make them?
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, I'm going to have to get your recipe, man. I've never made them.
I use my mom's recipe, which was my dad's recipe, which was probably like a recipe that's been around forever, but I change it a little bit. I change it up just a tad.
All right. No butter, though.
No butter. No, no butter.
So yeah, tip number 4 is definitely extra butter. Don't get the margarine. You know what I mean? Don't get that stuff.
Oh, margarine is not butter
for you. Get butter, and if you can, if you're going all out, you might as well get the good butter. Like get grass-fed butter, like Irish butter, or imported butter. Maybe $1 more, but it's just so much better.
Yeah, but the Irish butter tastes different than just the regular butter that you get, right?
Isn't it a
little bit more sweet?
It actually tastes like butter. Yeah, it's amazing.
You love butter, huh?
Tip number 5, Jeff. One more tip: have your guests bring something. If it's too much, you got too much going on. Like Jeff's bringing stuffing. Jeff's bringing collard greens to his Thanksgiving. I'm actually going to my brother's this year, Jeff. So I'll be helping him cook. But he told me to bring a corn salad that I make.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
So I'm and my brother's big time cook, just like me. He can handle anything from a small romantic dinner to 40 people at Thanksgiving. So we'll be knocking that out. But yeah, I'm going to be bringing something. Don't put it all on yourself. Assign someone to bring dessert. Have someone bring an appetizer or wine, or don't stress about the whole thing. And also think about who you're telling what to bring too. You know what I mean? Like don't tell your Aunt Mary to bring wine if she doesn't drink, because she's probably not going to bring the right wine. Someone that probably shouldn't be making dessert probably shouldn't be assigned dessert. You know what I mean? Think about it before you just start dishing out what everyone needs to bring, right?
Yeah, it's basically, if you've ever read Sun Tzu's Art of War, you have to go to the strengths of the people that are part of your army or what have you and have them accentuate those particular strengths.
Very good.
That's why the Chicago Bulls won so many championships, because Phil Jackson is a big advocate for The Art of War by Sun Tzu. So I'm not saying that you need to go out and read The Art of War from Sun Tzu before Thanksgiving dinner, but
you sold me, Jeff.
Yeah.
Where can I get what's promo code Fresh Uncooked or what?
Well, I don't know. I have a copy that I can borrow to you.
So yeah, those are my my 5 cooking tips. If you have any questions, you can always just send them on Twitter. We'll try to answer them.
Right.
We can. There's also turkey hotlines. Those still exist, like the Butterball hotlines. People can call. I mean, I don't know how good those things are, or if you get through. You know what I mean, or who you're talking to. But yeah, those are out there too.
They should just forward those calls to a restaurant that has turkeys already done or whatever.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
or a catering service like a Popeyes.
That's
a
an option
Popeyes
too.
Cajun turkey. I'm very interested in that.
Oh yeah, do they still do that?
I think they do.
Yeah,
but I know. I don't know what the time frame is or all of that. But one day, maybe next year.
And if you're just really in a pinch and you're too stressed, you can't do it. Just stop by 7-Eleven, pick up a couple turkey subs, Thanksgiving subs, and you're set.
I wouldn't be disappointed. I would not be disappointed.
I would be very disappointed.
A sandwich on Thanksgiving? I would love it.
I would go back home, but stop by the grocery store first and start making my own dinner. So how about some tips if you're not cooking, Jeff? Like if you're a guest. Think of any advice, like maybe don't drink too much.
Yeah, just don't drink too much. Go there hungry. Make sure everyone else eats first before you get your second plate.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying your first plate shouldn't be piled as high as you can get it, because that's the way you should roll. But take what you're going to eat. But if you're getting seconds, make sure everybody else is eating first.
Yeah, I like it. That's a good one, especially
just
doing
a simple piece of etiquette,
buffet style, especially. Right.
Right. Is that how you do yours, or do you pass everything? Does everybody pass everything around?
We actually do family style, yeah.
So everybody passes it around?
We got like 7 kitchen tables lined up. Yeah,
oh, wow.
Literally passes it around. Dishes with everything. Most, like every other like family gathering is pretty much buffet.
Okay.
No matter if it's just a barbecue, get together in the summer or whatever, or big birthday party or bash. Yeah, it's usually, but the holidays are usually a sit down thing. Yeah.
All right.
Ask if you could bring something.
Yeah. Or you could just bring something, but it's usually better to ask, because you never know. If everybody brings wine, then everybody's.
Yeah. Don't show up with stuffing if you weren't told to bring stuffing. You know what I mean? Like something like that. But yeah, maybe a bottle of wine, even if it's just, for the host for after, that didn't use it or whatever. But only bring what you were told. If you were told to bring cheese and crackers, don't show up with 2 huge apple pies,
Oh, unless they're the ones that are made in a brown paper bag.
All right. If you're going to Jeff's, you can bring the ones with the brown paper bag any day, not just Thanksgiving.
I keep on hearing about those ones that are made in brown paper bags.
Yeah.
I'm not much of an apple pie fan, but those sound very interesting.
I don't really like pie.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie, apple pie. Thanksgiving desserts is kind of like the low point for me, actually, now that I think about it. Like traditional Thanksgiving desserts is pecan pie, I guess would be Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, that's a Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Apple. Yeah. None of those like work for me.
Now, Chris, you bring up dessert on Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Well, we teased last episode.
Yes.
Thanksgiving is really the only time that I look forward to dessert. Mm. And the reason is my aunt makes a bread pudding that is yes, it's absolutely amazing. It is so good. Now, here's the thing. My aunt and my uncle, they were on vacation in Hilton Head in South Carolina.
Okay.
And they went to one of Robert Irvine's restaurants. Robert Irvine from, was it Restaurant Impossible and Food Network?
The muscle dude.
Yeah, he's kind of a muscular guy, much more muscular than I am.
Than we are, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They had this bread pudding there, and he happened to be at the restaurant that day and asked them how everything was, blah, blah, blah. Well, my aunt said, you know what? I absolutely love that bread pudding. It was delicious. And he says to the woman working at his restaurant, you know what? Get her email address and send her that recipe.
Wow.
My aunt thought, well, maybe he's just being nice and that's something that he says to everyone. Chris, guess what? She got that recipe from Robert Irvine. And for the past, it's got to be maybe 10 years or so.
Oh, wow.
That bread pudding, it is delicious.
Wow.
And then she always puts some aside for me too, so I can take it home.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't take home many leftovers because leftovers, they usually get lost in my fridge and we forget about them and then they just end up getting thrown out. But that bread pudding, Chris, that bread pudding is so good.
So is it does it have like a Thanksgiving twist to it, or is it kind of just, is it cinnamon? Is it Thanksgiving fall flavors, or is it
It has more of that taste, yeah. I'll have to, I'll post pictures.
You post pictures. Not the recipe, but you'll post pictures.
Yeah, and I'll post video of me eating it and just savoring that lovely, delicious, sweet dessert.
Absolutely. You said if your leftovers from Thanksgiving get lost in the fridge, how does this even happen, Jeff?
Well, you put them on the bottom shelf and you don't see them because other things are on top. And then
I'm
a week later, you're like,
thinking about leftovers from 8 p.m. Thanksgiving night through, the last kickoff on the Sunday football. You know what I mean?
Now, do they last past that Sunday kickoff into Monday Night Football or no?
If we're hosting, yeah.
Okay.
If we're hosting, that's the one thing I love about hosting is you don't got to worry about, I should have got more stuffing or,
Oh, you don't send the leftovers home with people?
I do.
Okay.
But I just know, I know what gets taken home. I know who wants leftovers, and then I know what we want for leftovers. Servings were miscalculated, and now there's a bunch of leftovers.
Got it. Smart.
If you're hosting, make sure you make more of your favorites because leftovers are the best, at least in my opinion, because I like to make Thanksgiving sandwiches. And I'm not talking the ones you get at 7-Eleven, Jeff.
No. How come?
I'd have to charge more than $4.99 for mine, though, too. But you can use regular bread, but if you got a lot of stuffing, you break out the waffle maker and you make stuffing bread.
Okay.
That's how I like to roll with Thanksgiving leftovers. And you just pile whatever leftovers you like onto your waffle sandwich. Wow. Turkey. You could even go a little mashed potatoes. You could little leftover gravy. Take some cranberry sauce and mix it with mayonnaise, just like 7-Eleven. Whatever you like. If you got green bean casserole, you like green bean casserole, then boom, a little thin layer. You just pile it high, Jeff. Pile it high the next day. Now the key is everything has to be warm because nothing besides for me the cranberry mayo should be warm. Or should be cold, I should say. So you want to make sure you reheat everything. But that's how I like to do leftovers, Thanksgiving sandwiches.
I think there's nothing wrong with that.
And,
I think that's great.
just a plate of leftovers is fine, too. Leftovers are one of my favorite things about Thanksgiving. And shopping, Jeff, is a big thing of Thanksgiving now, too. Like the holiday deals. That was always the day after Thanksgiving. But it's not like that anymore.
No, you sit on your phone and you shop, right? That's what I do.
That's true. What I liked when the stores would either close early on Thanksgiving or not be open at all. And then at 3, 4, 2 a.m., they'd open up for Black Friday. That was always kind of a tradition too that I liked, but not so much like that anymore. Everything's open on Thanksgiving. And then, you throw in the whole pandemic thing and all the online shopping that goes on too. It's just not the same. But I remember going to get up early Thanksgiving morning before cooking everything and picking up a newspaper that had all the ads.
Oh, yeah. At Thanksgiving, I remember at Thanksgiving dinner, everybody would have a paper that they'd go through and say, hey, what are we getting?
Yeah. Did you see what Sears has?
Right. Montgomery Ward.
So, I'd go out and I'd get the Tribune, the Chicago Tribune, the Chicago Sun-Times. They'd be so thick. They'd be thicker than your waistline on Thanksgiving. You'd have to plan accordingly too. So you eat your Thanksgiving, you plan what you're going to go, what you're going to get, what time they open, sleep a little, wake up at 2 a.m, grab a McDonald's, on the way to shopping because they were open. It was pitch black and all the stores were full. It was crazy.
Wow.
And then you grab some breakfast and either head back out, shop some more, go home, take a nap and wake up and make your Thanksgiving leftover sandwich.
Man, you had a ritual. You had this whole thing going down.
Yeah.
It means a lot to you. I can see why it's your favorite holiday for sure.
The whole shopping thing isn't there anymore. So it almost feels like something's missing.
A little empty.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I'm still kind of old school with that because I mean, I buy all kinds of stuff online. I do most of my shopping online, but for some reason, the day after Thanksgiving, I kind of want to go to the stores and I kind of want them to be like closed forever so no one can go there at like 3 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, the last place that I want to be on Black Friday is at a store.
Well, hopefully everyone has a nice Thanksgiving. We will have an episode next week, Jeff, and it's getting cold out, so I say we talk soup.
Soup is good food.
Oh,
that's what they say.
Food. Good stuff. So until next week, Jeff.
Enjoy what you eat.